And one of the nice things is we work in tandem with our sister, QVC, and make sure that our programming is kind of offset. So you won't see the same thing at the same time on both channels. If you are watching on Facebook, we appreciate that.
Yep.
In some areas of the country, there are still some cable companies that don't have QVC2. They will. It'll happen. And I'd love to be able to know that you're there. Send us a little message on Facebook. My producers will get in my ear and let me know.
Yep.
And we'll say hello.
Absolutely.
So this is a classic example of why I've been thrilled to be a host here at QVC for 30 years. Every product you buy, every item on a grocery store shelf, every item in a department store, anything you ever see at the hardware store has a human element. Somebody had to invent it, create it, develop it, what have you. We don't meet those people. So products become innocuous. Here at QVC, we get to meet the human beings behind the products. This is Scott Hines. Scott has been developing products and bringing us great inventors for years. He met a wonderful family in Baltimore, Maryland.
Absolutely, yep.
That back in 1966,
yeah, you got it, man.
Invented one item, and it's right here. GP means great product.
That's it.
They were a chemical company that wanted to have environmentally happy, tree-hugging, hard-working products that would get graffiti off of walls and clean up grease stains. And people who own municipalities, they are the ones who bought it, and it cleans everything from subways to hospitals to dormitories to you name it. And we are the only place in America that sells it to the general public.
That's right. Everywhere else,
what
it's
are you
a 55-gallon
doing,
drum.
you graffiti artist, you?
Yeah. So what we do is we put permanent marker. We'll do air quote permanent marker on the sealed tile.
Yep.
Spray paint, which is quick drying on a porous tile. We'll come back for that. But like you said, this does one thing, and it does it incredible. It degreases, degrimes. Well, it's really two things, but it does, but it just cleans. And for you and I, for years, have been presenting this, and we said, what you reach for and reach for everything else. Well, at some point in time, we just went, duh, reach for this first. Like that's what it is. It is simply put the best degreaser degrimer I have ever seen. I've been here for 16 years. I've seen them all. This is the one I use almost on a daily basis in my own home. Here's why.
We all have grease stains in our home, all of us. And not just in the kitchen, but that's where we think of grease first. By the way, Kim, I love you. Kim on Facebook said, this product is fantastic. Actually, fantastic would be a completely different product.
Yes, yeah.
I know what you meant, yes.
And fantastic actually couldn't hold a match to this, but that's fine. That's a nuance.
We won't compare, but watch this cut through the grease.
Yeah.
And you're not doing any scrubbing, and I know you burnt that on with a blowtorch.
With a blowtorch, way worse than anything that's in your own home. And good Lord, if your oven door actually looks like this, we have a bigger problem. But the thing is, you have GP66 to clean it up. The only reason you need the rag is to come back through and pull up the solution in the mess. Brings your oven door back to like the day it was installed in your kitchen. Look at that. It's the difference between clean and really clean.
I also want to point out, Scott was not wearing rubber gloves, and it's not because he's a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy at all.
No, you get industrial strength without all the harsh solvents, and that's what made it different. So many of the degreasers out there are petroleum-based. It's like trying to clean with gasoline in your home. Not a good idea. This has a fresh scent to it, but it really gets to the heart of the situation and the problem. That permanent marker didn't last long.
Not at all, and that's the nice thing about it, because you only have X amount of time to get stains like this up. You're talking about spray paint, marker, it's burnt on. These are nasty of the nastiest, and really, you've got the GP66. This happened to Nancy Hornbeck. She was driving behind the people who paint the lines on the roads, right?
The yellow stripe.
Oh, the yellow stripes.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Her wheel well became yellow striped. She called me in a panic. Said, Scott, what do I do? I said, you've already got the answer in your home.
Yeah.
It's GP66.
And use it in your carpet cleaning machines. Scott also, by the way, happens to be our Bissell representative. So he's represented Bissell now for better than a decade. Using your Bissell machines, this gets things that other cleaners cannot get.
And this is the big deal here. This is what we call a grease trap, okay? So it's in the hood of your oven, your microwave, whatever it might be. It traps the grease, but not just the grease, the odors. So you cook up some bacon, and the problem is, you clean your kitchen, 3 days later, it still smells like bacon. Not that I hate the smell of bacon. I actually deeply enjoy it. But the point is, you don't want that smell lingering. Well, it's because the grease has gotten caught up in this trap. Well, instead of spending $8 or $9 to get a new one that's a custom order, just take a GP66. We treated this with bacon grease and a little bit of browning gravy for the effect, and now you see how clean it is. You've saved yourself time and money.
Scott, we've had 1.2 million bottles of this have been sold. Now we sell it in sets of 2, so 600,000 happy customers. It's a cleaning product, but I've got 870 people who took the time to write a 5-star review on it.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yes, and the product just does what the family says it does.
Yep.
Sadly, the family, and they're wonderful people,
Unbelievable.
they lost their matriarch
Yep.
a while back. But the family has dedicated themselves to creating just one product. They don't make toaster ovens and a degreaser.
No.
They make GP66. And it's a highly successful family-owned and operated business. They're cleaning hundreds of millions of square feet of office, retail, industrial space every single day with GP66, and you get the exact same formula. We're the only retailer in America that makes it available for home use.
We soaked that carpet with a combination of brown and gravy, soy sauce, mud, and coffee.
And it came right
Again,
out.
way worse than anything in your own home. That's the actual color of the carpet. It emulsifies the stains. Same thing here, Le Creuset. The Le Creuset chefs, by name, recommend GP66. They started using it backstage here at QVC.
Right.
And they, Le Creuset is wonderful cookware. It's a couple more bucks because it's unbelievably well made. So you want to maintain it, right? So guess what? You use the GP66, and after you cook, fry, whatever you do, and then right here on the back of it. So I just happen to know that the color of this is flame. Somebody had to tell me. I had no clue, but they told me. Well, look at this. When you use the GP66, brings it right back to life. Now
nice.
you Le Creuset looks like the day it showed up at your door from QVC.
We have wimpy cleaning products underneath our kitchen sink.
Right.
You need a good industrial cleaner. This is it. You're getting 2 big 32-ounce bottles, which for the average family should go a very long way. Try it. Try it.
And real quick, this cleans 900 million square feet of factories, arenas, whatever, every single day. It's the only place you get in the bottles. Give it a try.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
to see you, my man.
Always good to have you. You're watching At Home with Dan. We've got a lot more. It's right now 12 minutes after the top of the hour. I want to remind you of our big deal.